Alright guys, welcome back to the Gear Wave channel, man. It's your boy Big Drizzy. Back out here on a beautiful Saturday. Giving you a second look at the Garnet Crest jacket, man. This is a very interesting jacket in that, like I said before, it's employing a few of North Face's like premier technologies, alright? On the outside. This is, first of all, it's a cold weather running hoodie. All right, now that we're transitioning into the seasons, we're getting a little cooler now. This could be something that you wear very early in the morning when it's chilly, when it's, even in the evening if it's cool. I brought it to the channel before, and I've had a couple of weeks to appreciate the fabrics, the ideas, the thought process behind it. And it's very interesting, right? You're running this wind wall fabric from North Face. This is their like wind stopper fabric, all right? So that cold air is going to be repelled out here on the outside of the arm, which is usually very sensitive to the cold. But as you're running, you're getting air inside these perforations on the inside of the arm, which if you're running, right, this is the running motion, air is going to be running up against the inside of your arms, your chest, the front of your body. So this will expel any type of perspiration, also allows air to come in and sweat vapor to escape. All right, down below we have 800 Pro Down. All right, this is the same down they put in the Brython, all of their premier products, right? Just to cut that chill in the morning. But of course you're going to be running. So once you start running, you're going to be generating heat. You don't need a piece that's going to be fully down, right? You'll be too hot. So I like the way that they implemented the different technologies and the different types of spaces in critical areas on this piece. It's a very thoughtful piece. All right, let's take a look at the sides and the back. And we have a reflective strip on the back here. We have that 800. Now, what else? What I also thought was really, really interesting was that on the down, in the down areas, actually let me take it off so I can show you guys what I mean. Okay, the baffling on the down areas here, all right, it has almost like a ribbing. It almost has like a ribbing to it. I don't know if you guys can see it. If you guys can see the ribbing in between. And when you hold it up to the light, it almost seems like you can see through it. So it's kind of like a very minimal, seamless ribbing. But it's also breathable, which is nice. And of course, the back area, we know that generates a lot of heat. So it's good to see these perforations on the back. And this mesh is just, it feels really high quality, right? It doesn't feel flimsy, right? It has some nice stretch to it. Yes, things might snag on it, but this is all for breathability. Again, you have these nice kind of unique baffle connections here that are just really, really nice. All right, and inside you can see all the places that you're going to build up major heat. Your back, your inside of your arms, right, and under your arms, right, we have this mesh fabric so that sweat vapor can escape. This is the reflective strip here on the back in case you're out in the dark a little bit and you need a little bit of visibility. All right, we always love the Summit series, of course, on the arm. We love that. All right, dope insignia. The hood now. I would have done a draw cord. I would have done maybe a draw string on the hood. I would have maybe even did one of these wind wall patches over the middle of the hood, right? Or made the whole hood like that, just in case you get caught in a downpour, right? Water's gonna go through this hood. So I think that's the only major letdown with this piece. I would have made this entire hood maybe out of a wind wall, or maybe out of a dry vent water resistant or waterproof fabric, because when you're running, you can get caught out in rain. All right, so let's put it back on. Really comfortable piece, really nice piece. I'd like to see it in maybe some more complementary colors. They do have it in a black. They do have it in this color, but I'd like to see it in like a blue. I think it's a nice looking jacket, even something that you could wear around town, if that's your thing. Woo! All right, baby. Woo! All right, so let's continue the review. The wind is kicking up on our review, guys. All right, sorry about that. So we put the Garnet crest back on, 800 Pro down in here. Really nice jacket. This is a double XL. These fit kind of close to the body, so you want to keep that in mind. Again, runners gear always kind of fits kind of slender because they're runners. They're very slim, so their gear is going to be, the fit is going to be slim. Nice sizable pockets here. You do have a little bit of like a fleece line on the inside here to warm your hands up if it's cold. You get into a cold start. Nice zips, they're nice and smooth. You do have a Napoleon pocket here, a mesh pocket here. You can see through it, which is really, really nice. It's a really nice jacket, man. If you run, if you're outdoors, maybe even mountain biking or something like that early in the morning when it's chilly. You need some with a little insulation. You don't want a full-on down jacket. This is going to be a great piece for you, man. All right. Let me know if you guys like this jacket. What your thoughts are on it. If you have one, if you like it, if you don't, holler at your boy. Like, subscribe, man. We'll be back with some more videos. Peace.